welcome back. In this episode here, I'm going to basically, for the most part, I'm going to be installing, what am I going to be installing? The small basket, but I'm going to be installing it onto the front rack system. So that's my plan here. So I'm going to install this front rack here, and on the front rack it's going to be probably something like this here. Let's see if I could line it up here. Can I line it up? Kind of line it up like, yeah, like that. If you can see that. So that's how I'm going to line it up here. I can't line it up anyway. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm going to be doing in this episode here. So, well, first of all, let me install the front rack. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, install the front rack. So that's what this episode is going to be. And then the second episode, or another episode, I'll do a basket. Do the basket here. So let's get started here, and you can probably see the bike. And that's how the bike is here. So let me go ahead and let me get the tools. And we'll get going here. So what's the first thing here out of the box? Is okay. There we go. So basically, out of the box, we're gonna get these two things here for the most part. So let's go ahead and do that. So let me get some tools. I think I have an idea on the tools here. So I'll be right back. Go into a B-roll, C-roll, whatever. You can look at the bike. All right, everyone, I'm back, and here it is, and here's the tool. Basically, what is this, number 3? 3 millimeter, whatever it is. Got a little Allen socket, hex socket, a little quarter socket here, socket wrench. That's what works. So let's get to it. All right, so let's put this on, and let's get working on this here. So it's a hot day today. Try to set this out of the way. Do I need to cut it? Looks like I do. Looks like I do. I probably need to put 2 zip ties right here and cut this one, because I want them out of the way. So put this right here for now. Let me try to dry fit it. Let me try to dry fit this. Yeah, I definitely need to cut this. There's no doubt about it. Definitely need to cut that, and then put that right in here. So I need some zip ties here. Okay, not too tight, just for now. All right. Now I'm going to be cutting it. Make sure I cut the wires and not the cut the zip tie and not cut the wires. Don't want to cut the wires. Anyways. All right, excellent. Got that done. Put this stuff away out here. All right, now I can open this up, and I still need to, looks like I need to, well, I probably need to cut this as well, or do I? Yeah, I'm gonna have to have to do something here. Maybe I really don't want to be cutting things if I don't have to. Can this fit inside here? Because I don't want it to be restrictive either. Let's go take a look at this one more time. There's no way. Okay, I'm just gonna have to cut everything. I was hoping I could do a minimal cutting, but just gonna have to re-zip tie everything. So there's probably I don't want to cut everything, but I probably most likely need to cut these. So let me just do that very carefully. Okay. I have to cut these. Remember to cut the zip tie and not the wires. Okay. And I have to cut probably have to cut the ones that I zip tied. So I'll do that real quick. Okay. Just cut those. Alright. Now I gotta figure out what goes where. How should it go? This is the problem right here. So do I only want this one in here? Because I don't want it to encumber anything. Have it like this, and these kind of move out of the way like that. Because these are brake cables. These are just wires to the motor. They're pretty flexible, but I don't want the brake cables to get clamped up. So, okay, let me test my theory. Getting it in here. Okay, that might work. No, definitely gonna have to. Is there a better way of doing this? Let's move this. I'm gonna have to move this out of the way. Okay. All right. Let me move the lamp out of the way. All right. I just went and grabbed the simple toolkit that this originally came with, so looks like you need a little bit more tools, just a little bit more. I need this small, nope, I need a smaller one, smaller than that. Yeah, here it is. So I'm gonna need this one to undo this here. I need to remove that light. Is it this one? No, I need a bigger one. I need this one apparently. There we go. Or is it this one? No, it's this one here. Need the number 10. And then I can remove this. It's going to loosen my fender a little bit, but that's all right. I don't have to remove this whole thing. All right, I just want to get this out of the way. I'll remove that later. Okay, so that one's bent. I might have to rewire this whole thing because it needs to be moved out of the way. Maybe it just needs to be moved out of the way. Let me try one more time now. Let me just dry fit it. It just needs to, yeah. I don't know. I think it's easier just to cut the whole thing and restart from scratch. Seems that way anyway. So oh, this one's really tight. Okay, there we go. Okay, there. All right. So they're all off now. So let me go ahead and unscrew this. Get these off. The different tool. I'm going to do this all by hand because I don't want to strip the head off of these. Okay, ooh, it's kind of tight. Yeah, they got Loctite on these. So be careful when you do this because there might be some Loctite on here. You definitely don't want to get a strip the head off your bolts. Don't want that at all. Ooh, and these are big. At least they're nice and big though. Okay, that's one. Let me get. Okay, let me get a metal. It's like there's something's metallic on this, so just something to put the magnetic tool parts holder. Got it free from Harbor Freight, of course. Take it real easy because it has Loctite and it could be finicky. It could be very, very finicky. All right. See a little bit of paint come off too. All right. That's number 2. Got a few more to go. Make sure it's in there. Okay, excellent. my advice is take it slow, be gentle. I mean, it has Loctite, and you don't want to strip the head. You don't want to strip the you don't want to strip anything. That way you can put it on and take it off. There might be some paint in there as well. Okay, there we go. Last one. Just be really gentle. Make sure this is all inside before you go too crazy. Don't be in a hurry, because the last thing you want to do is strip the bolt or the head on this. These look a lot sturdier. Oh, I'm in the sun. I'm baking in the sun here. There we go. So it's out. All right, excellent. It's out. Okay, so now let's dry fit this. Let me grab one of these. Let me grab one of these and see how I can dry fit this here. Supposedly you want this all like behind here. Okay. All right. Let's just put this in this one here. Let me do it by hand first. I want to be careful to make sure the threads line up. That's one thing I would recommend. Make sure the threads line up with anything. That's what I'm trying to do. There we go. So take your time, line up the threads. Line up the threads. There we go. There's one. Let's get two. Let's get the second one in there. Line up the threads. If you can do them by hand, that means they're lined up. If you're having a hard time doing it by hand, that may mean that you're forcing it in. Let me check this one. Okay, this one's going in easy. Okay, this one's going in easy as well. And now I just want to check if it can turn without any encumbrance. I may have to adjust the way these are handling. They're kind of pulling a little bit. Like this is kind of. So I just want to check it. Is there any problems pulling? And oops. Okay, I guess there's no problem with that. I guess that's just me. Okay. All right, I just want to make sure. I probably have to put some kind of hook and loop like I do over here on this side, just to make it roll over smooth on here like I did. All right, so let's do the bottom now. Let me do this by hand, of course. Yeah. Okay, it's kind of a little challenge here. The head, they just have a hole here, and it's hard to get my hand in here. It's hard to get the bolt in. This bolt head is too big. But let me see. I just want to make sure I'm not forcing it in. Seems like I'm forcing it in here. Okay. All right. So. All right, here's the thing. I would recommend putting the bottom on first and then putting the top. These are just straight holes. So if you're watching the Radpower bikes, really not that easy like they make it out to be. I want to make sure these threads are lined up. I want to make sure the threads are lined up, because if they're not lined up, you could strip the threads, and then, man, it's not the end of the world. But okay, so I would, you can see what I'm talking about. These have little leeways. These don't. They're just straight holes, and you're not going to have a lot of room because this bolt here is rubbing against the top of this, so you can't, when you just put it in, it actually angles it. It angles it downward. So you have to actually put it in and then try to do this. Nope, that's not right. I can feel the that's not right. I can feel the threads not going in right, like right off the bat. I can feel the threads not going in right. This is a problem. This is a problem. Let me be right back. I'm gonna have to get another tool. I mean, this is, maybe I'm overdoing it. I could be overdoing it, maybe. Maybe I am overdoing it. But I don't believe I am overdoing it. I'm being relatively cautious here. Okay. All right. Okay, I have to get another tool here. Another tool, just to make it easier for me to work with. Okay, here it is. Boy, Radpower video makes it look real easy, doesn't it? Just makes it look like it's like super duper easy. See, what I'm trying to do is, the way it's angled, you're going to be stripping the head off of this thing. So I'm trying to Okay, that looks like it's going to work. Okay, and then let me attempt to do the same for this side. Okay, there we go. This is going in smooth, nice and smooth. That's what I want. Okay, all right. That was a little bit of challenge. And again, I'm being very cautious because I've already stripped the bolt. So yeah, this looks like, oh, try to do them at the same time. The problem is the way this thing is set up, this bar is in the way of the bolt, so you're at an angle, and you don't want to get into an angle on the front rack. That's just my opinion. So you have to kind of pull on it. Don't push, because it's going to push up the angle of the bar, and you gotta tighten them at the same, keep them tight at the same time, or they hit up against the bar, and then you're kind of forcing the screw here, the bolt, to go in a weird way. Okay, so all right. This is good. This is good. Like this, there's no room here. They're just straight holes. So I'd recommend you put in the bottom first, and then the top holes are going to be a lot easier. See, even this bar is getting in the way. I have to use this because I just can't get in there. Yeah, same thing with this. I just can't get in there now. Where it's at a weird angle where you can strip the head off. So I guess the Allen wrenches is where these things are going to come in handy. Now you're forced to use an Allen wrench and do this by hand. Yeah. So now you're forced to do this by hand. Even then, there's not a lot of room. Gosh, you have to do it like this now. I have to use my cheating technique here. You have to cheat a little bit. I'm just torquing it down just a little bit, Okay, so I had to do a few things, of course, just to torque it down just a little bit, because you know, or you could do this here. There we go. You could use these two tools to kind of turn a little bit just to torque it, because you're not going to get that good leverage as it is right now. So eventually you're going to have to go to a hand tool to fine tune it. Let me get to, now let me go back and get these done. Get these done right here. And then let me do this by hand. Thread it in by hand first, and there we go. Okay, that's perfect. So we get thread that by hand. Do the top part second. That's just me. Okay, so this is loose. I just want to make sure it has a lot of room. So like this is kind of bending. I might have to put some felt on this, or something like this on this side now, because I know it's going to rub. Okay. Alright, I'm satisfied with it. Whew. I think I'm okay on the sound because hopefully there's no wind, and I'm almost done here. It is hot. I'm just standing out here in the sun, so it's killing me. Don't want to torque it too hard. I just want to torque it enough to make sure it's not gonna come out loose, but just torque enough until you get some resistance, and I would stop right there. And then just go around real quick. I have to use a different tool for that. I have to use this. I tighten all of them, and once they get tightened, they get a little loose. So just make sure okay, that one's torqued down. Okay, that one's good. Okay. All right, I'm done, everyone. Pretty much I'm done. I'll leave it there. Obviously I didn't do the lights, but that's pretty much most of it. I don't know if I need to do anything else, but that's how you install the front rack here. So let's take a look at it here at this angle. There we go. Kind of different. There we go. Okay, I'm okay with it. I'll probably have to fine tune it, but it's not that easy. You know, the videos and everything make it look easy, but I'd recommend putting these two in first, cut all the wires, and then put these in two first, and then these in second. So there you go. Anyways, this is going to conclude this episode. Feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, or even do a video response. Until next time, everyone, stay tuned. Bye.